Hello everyone, Pinder Productions here, and today I'm back with another episode of my F1 2016 Career Mode series, and today we're going to round 10 for the British Grand Prix. Let's go to practice first.
Welcome to Silverstone, home of Formula One racing in Great Britain, where shortly we're expecting the cars to appear for today's practice session. Not only is Silverstone one of the oldest circuits in the Formula One World Championship, but it's also home to some of the most iconic corners, and none more so than Maggots and Beckett's. This is a high-speed sequence of left, right, left, tightening corners that lead into Chapel, and then of course the long hanger straight.
The high speeds of this sequence demands extreme skill and precision from the driver. Getting this wrong will affect the momentum all the way down the hanger straight, which is also a DRS zone.
In practice I actually surprised myself. I did surprisingly well during the track acclimatization. I mean, compared to what I thought I was going to do, which was everything red, I actually got purples and greens mostly, except at turn 1 where I didn't get a great line. So I accomplished that. However, the tyre wear test I did next really didn't go well. I either couldn't keep to the time or wore out the tyres too much. I think I only had one green lap. Yeah, there you go, one green lap. This one is just totally red, but I was on time. So yeah, really didn't do well in the tyre wear test. In the qualifying pace test, I got held up by Nasser at the start of my lap, so that meant I had to take a slow line through turn 1 and 2. However, I was actually able to complete this within the score that I needed to do in the time, so yeah, I actually did that, which I was surprised about. And another thing I was surprised about, I got P1 on the timesheets. Those are my resource points. I'm not getting anything for these, I don't know why. Maybe I need to put the difficulty up a bit. Let's listen to our session goal for qualifying.
Hi, how are you? I'm just passing on your qualifying goals for this weekend.
So those are our qualifying goals. I'm not going to do any resource upgrades until I have enough upgrade points to get the engine upgrade, which is 900, so going to be saving up for a couple of episodes, I think. Let's go to qualifying.
It's a Saturday afternoon here at Silverstone, and that means it's time for today's qualifying. Enjoy the action. In recent seasons, much talk has been made about tyre wear. Some say it gets in the way of the racing, others say it's always been part of the sport. Are we going to see drivers trying to look after their tyres here, or throw caution to the wind and worry about that when it becomes a problem?
Tyre wear will probably be the dominating factor around this track. It's so easy to use up the life in your tyres as you seek to find the lap time. If you have a good balance to begin with, like the Mercedes and Red Bull, you'll always stand a better chance.
I did qualifying on the soft compound tyre, so here we go for the start of the lap. Let's see how I do. I'm not really expecting too much, even though I had a good practice session. See, through turn 1 going too slow. Vettel's even in P1 at the moment through this section, which is good to see, but I need to beat him for my session goal. So he's gone too deep there into the corner, trying to keep up with him. I'm down into P6, as you can see there. Now Rosberg's P1. I'm down into P7 now. Gonna get DRS though here, everybody does. I'm down into P8, so really not doing well at the start of this lap. Hopefully though, since I was actually quite fast during the second sector in this section here, I can make up some places. So now I'm into P5 there, P4, and P4, really close margin there. P2 now, looks like Rosberg is a tiny bit ahead there, as you can see. So I'm in P2 currently, P1 now through there, and now P2 again, P3, and it looks like I'm going to go back down the field again, P4 there. But hopefully I can keep with him. No, I can't keep with him. I'm down into P5, but P4 again. And just going to try and keep with him as close as I can, really. I'm not very good at a fast lap around Silverstone on any game, really. So I wasn't expecting anything to happen here, but here we go, P5. Can I get P4 or hopefully P3? Yes, I'm in P3 at the moment, braking later than Rosberg into this corner. I'm in P1, P2, it looks like he's going to get better on P4. Can I keep P4, P5? Yes, I can keep P5.
Okay, that's pretty disappointing, but we can turn it around tomorrow.
Yeah, I agree, it is quite disappointing, but I'm hoping, I don't know what's going to happen in the race, really.
The grid is all set then for the race tomorrow.
Here are the resource points I earned for that disappointing qualifying. Let's see the rivalry update. I bet Vettel's going to move or get a little bit of a jump on us here. Yeah, he's sort of climbing up to, well, be more of a challenge to us in the rivalry, but we are still ahead. minus. Oh, I'm getting minuses on my driver position now. That's not good. Hopefully we can improve a little bit during the race. Let's listen to the voicemail.
Hey, how are you? I have some information on the race goals you should keep in mind.
So that's what the team expects of us. They expect us to beat Sebastian Vettel, maintain 4th in the championship, which I think we can do, and I think 3rd in the race. By the way, Corporal Warfare told me how to raise the resolution, which has worked, but it's still a bit lower than it is easy enough to read the text, if you understand what I mean there.
We're right back where it all began. The very first World Championship Grand Prix was held here at Silverstone in 1950, with Giuseppe Farina taking the top step of an all-Alfa Romeo podium. He earned 9 championship points that day on his way to the inaugural title. His winning total at the season's end, just 30 points. My, how times have changed. So let's see who can reach the top step of the modern podium today. Straddling the border of Northamptonshire and Buckinghamshire, the 18 corners of the Silverstone circuit form the 3.6-mile beating heart of Formula One. It's been reinvented over the years, with Turn 1 now the fast right-hander of Abbey, along with 2 DRS zones on the Wellington and Hanger Straights respectively. But the magic of racing is as strong here as it's ever been. With me today is a man who's no stranger to the thrills of Silverstone. He's a past winner here in sports cars, of course. It's our good friend Anthony Davidson. You seem particularly excited for this one, Ant. Is there something you want to tell me?
Oh, just looking forward to it, Crofty. It's always a very special atmosphere, and also I started karting in the late 1980s, and I was here for that epic race in 1986 with Mansell and Piquet fighting each other right here in my home Grand Prix. So coming back to Silverstone always means a lot, and looking at the crowd today, it's clear that none of that spirit has been lost. And also, we just have such a fantastic field this year. Some very close competition and conditions that should make for some great racing. I can't wait.
Okay, I know it's your home Grand Prix, but treat it like any other race. Don't take unnecessary risks.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Nico Rosberg will start his Silver Arrow from pole position, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Ricciardo.
So we start P5. I was going to maybe consider going on to the Inters, but since it was going drier than grey, then I decided to stick to the strategy. And here we go to 5 red lights, and away we go. A bit of a slow start there. Looks like who's behind us, Verstappen, is going to try and get up our inside, but we have held P5 there very well. Can we make a move onto Ricciardo down here? Dive bombing maybe. Oh yes, we can push him a little bit wide. We go a little bit wide ourselves there, but we've made the move up into P4. Very good start here, much more exciting than the previous race in Austria, I must say, just because I'm not that great around Silverstone usually. Skies are looking great, but I can see a blue patch there ahead, so that looks good as well. Looks like we got about a lap and a half of extra fuel on board as well, which is nice to see. Can we make a move around Sebastian? No, we can't. He's got the inside line too well, and we've gone too wide. Got slow really to go around there. Usually quite fast through that section. However, I am making gains on him at the old pit lane. Now can I go down his inside? Yes I can, into Maggots. I think this corner is Maggots, Beckett's and Copse, this section. Didn't do too well here in my qualifying lap, so maybe can I do better now in the race with heavier fuel load? Will that help? Getting a bit wide through that corner, not quite as good as Max Verstappen and Rosberg in real life F1, but here we go on to the Hanger Straight. No DRS of course, because it's not lap 3 yet, and we've made 2 positions up in the space of a lap, which is really good I think for me at Silverstone. But yeah, we're now catching up to Rosberg in the braking zone there, but I bet he's going to get better traction and everything, and driving in general really through that corner there. Yes he has. Hamilton set the fastest lap of the race, but then there's only been 1 lap and he's gone first to first, so obviously he would set the fastest lap. Anyway, we are getting a wide line there. Doesn't look like we're going to make a remove from Rosberg at the moment. Looks like I'm going too wide through all these corners, so I'm not very good through the first sector at Silverstone. It's the second sector that I'm quite good at. Third sector again not very good at, so yeah, second sector is where I can make up time on some cars, which I hope I can do now on Rosberg. I got a fastest first sector there somehow. I don't know how that happened, but there we go. Fastest first sector, and I'm getting close onto the back of Rosberg, keeping a tight line there. A tighter line than Rosberg. Can I go down his inside? No, I can't. I've had to go onto the grass, clipping wing with wheel, I think, there, but looks like we are fine. No damage to our ring, I think. I can't feel any damage, so I'm going to stick out. And looks like Rosberg is fine as well. He's sort of leapt ahead of us. Leaped ahead of us? I don't know. I can't think of the past tense form of leap. But anyway, he's done that to us. And he's quite far ahead. But to another fastest sector. Can I go for fastest lap? I'm not sure. I don't think I'm going to do that well. But I am going a bit wide. Get tight onto the grass there again. Going wide onto the AstroTurf. Can I get a fastest lap? Maybe that would be pretty good, I think. Getting close to Rosberg again through the braking zone. Around the last two corners. Into the last corner now. Hamilton set another fastest lap. Can I set a fastest lap? It hasn't told me. I've just gone green. Okay, so I didn't set the fastest third sector there. But I did set a slightly fast sector. I've gone wide through that corner there. I'm not going to go for the alternate strategy, but I'll see how my tyre wear is anyway. I think I'm supposed to come in on lap 4, but we'll see in a minute. So if I... Oh, I'm going to get DRS on Rosberg. Yes, get in. Right, so got that's tyre wear. I'm going to stick to the current strategy. I'm not going to change it. Don't think I need to. But there you go. In the final sector of lap 4, I've set a fastest second sector once again. Catching up to Rosberg. I'm going to go into the pits. I don't know what he's doing. I'm really shaking about there on the AstroTurf. Cutting across the grass even. And oh, I forgot the pit lane started there. I was going to brake later on up here, but I forgot the pit lane. Anyway, we're in the pit lane now. Rosberg set the fastest lap of the race. Somebody else, lots of people setting fastest laps at the moment. I'm coming to the pits. I think I'm the first person, unless Hamilton did. But yeah, I think... Oh, yes! That is really good. That means everybody behind me is going to have to slow down. That is really lucky. That's almost like a free pit stop for me there. That is really good. What place am I going to come out in? P11 or P12? P11 it looks like. Yeah, I've come out P11 ahead of Kvyat. Or is that... No, that's Sainz behind me and behind Button. No, it is Kvyat. It is Kvyat, not Sainz. Okay. Right, I'm going too quickly, so I need to go a bit slower. So it's Kvyat behind me in the Toro Rosso and Button ahead of me in the McLaren. Right, I'm going to get up. I'm down into lean mix at the moment for the virtual safety car. Oh, it's about to end. Okay, right. That means we can go and catch the pack ahead of us. So it looks like a big train there featuring a Williams. Right, let's go. Green. Still in lean. We need to get back up into standard mix as soon as possible. There we go. Back up into standard mix. And on to the old pit straight here. There we go. Round into Maggots, which is previously turn 1. There we go, looking behind us. Looks like we've just left Kvyat for dust, really. And catching up to Button through Maggots, Beckett's and Cops and all these corners here. And into the right-hander at the end of them. There we go, a little bit of dirt on our screen there from following Button. Got DRS on him though, but they've all got DRS and have had a bad exit from that corner there. So it doesn't look like I'm going to make a massive move on him, but I've tried to make a move contact with Grosjean, but I've made a move on him as well. Two moves in one corner there. Very nice to see. Braking late to try and make a move on Perez. Hasn't worked though. I'll stick in P8, I think that is. No, P9. And there we go. Oh, down into P4 now. After going past the pits, I guess people making their pit stop a lap later than me. Gone wide again through turn 1 and 2. Down into turn 3, I think this is. I'd count this as turn 3. Possibly even turn 4, but there you go. And are we going to get DRS on Perez? Yes, we are. Right, so just going to have to wait for this DRS zone now. And there we go. Onto the DRS, into rich mix. And can we make the move into this corner here? Left-hander down the inside. We've made the move. And there we go. Sainz is there. So that was Kvyat behind us. And can we make a move on Sainz as well? Up the down the inside, I mean. No, and I'm gonna try not to make contact with him like I did with Rosberg on the first or second lap. I think there was the first lap. Okay, we make a move around his outside. No, gone too wide. I think there allowed Perez to catch up a bit. Is he going to try and make a move? Because I'm very slow through this section. He'll probably get close. No, I'm actually keeping quite consistent here. Oh, going wide there. As I say, I'm doing quite well. And a wide again here. Is Perez going to try and go up my inside? No, he's not. I've kept it, but he's going to get DRS on me. And I've got DRS on Sainz. And I am making the move on him way faster than that Toro Rosso. Probably because he's got the 2015 Ferrari engine and I have the 2016 Ferrari engine. So there we go, up into P2 now. I think that virtual safety car helped quite a bit really. So the field down behind us. Damage looks good. I don't know about temperatures really. And it looks like we're about to overtake Verstappen for P1. Where's Hamilton then? I would have thought Hamilton was in P1. Verstappen? I was not expecting that. Okay then. So we are now in P1. Okay, Hamilton and Rosberg are back, as you can see at the top left there. So it must have just been pits and things that now they're back. But Hamilton there's on... He's on the soft tyres. What's that about? Why is he on the softs? He's going to have to make another pit stop. What an absolute imbecile. Why would he do that? I cannot understand why he's gone onto the soft compound tyres. He's going to have to make another pit stop. And he's probably not going to be able to catch us all up on the medium tyres. Because we'll be on medium tyres as well. Although he'll be having fresh tyres. I don't know. That does seem like a questionable, highly questionable strategy there from Mercedes. To put him on a 2-stop. Surely Mercedes would have enough pace so that he could have won this race. It looks like his race is, well, I'd say over by now if he's got to make a 2-stop and I'm doing a 1-stop. I assume that Rosberg is doing a 1-stop as well, being on the medium tyres like I am. So that is strange to see Hamilton on the soft tyres. And there you go, he's now behind 4th place. Well, the highest he can be is 4th place. Look, Rosberg 2nd and Vettel in 3rd. That's good to see from Vettel to see him in 3rd. See us hopefully being able to overtake the Mercedes, because at the moment we're going to get more points, I think. If Hamilton isn't in 4th place, then yeah, we'll have more points than he will. Mercedes will anyway. And here we go at the end of the final lap. This has been a really good home Grand Prix, I'll be honest. Not much happened. Rosberg and Vettel still 2nd and 3rd place. Don't know where Hamilton is, we'll have to see on the results at the end. But for me this has been really good, and I think after this I'm going to try a race, next race, upping the difficulty level and just see what happens, because I think I've improved since I actually first started this series, because now I went from I think medium to hard, and now I think I'm going to try the next setting, see what happens. If I do well then that's great, if I don't, that's not so good.
It was a question of right place, right time today. We were looking at an entirely different race before the safety car came out, but they were able to take full advantage after the field had been bunched up.
And as we can see, it's time for the podium, and as the drivers make their way out, there's a familiar red suit making its way to the top step. Fantastic win for Ferrari.
So there you go, Anthony Davidson also commenting about the safety car there and how that helped us, which I think that was probably a turning point for us, helping us get onto the podium. Well, I mean, I was already on the podium positions at the end of lap 1, but getting to 1st, I mean, I think that helped us, and that probably disadvantaged Hamilton as well, maybe. As there you go, so that's the finishing positions. We are P1, then it's Rosberg, Vettel, Verstappen, Ricciardo, and then Hamilton, P6. How did he end up in P6? That pit stop. Oh wow, I've moved ahead of my teammate and Rosberg. I'm now P2, and look, now we're ahead in the constructors, 2 points ahead of Mercedes, and I think not very many points behind Hamilton. That is good. That is really good. That's been a really good race, considering I was sort of dreading this race before I started the episode. thinking I wouldn't do well. Those are the resource points I got. Rivalry update. I think I've beaten Vettel again in the rivalry there. Yeah, there you go. I've beaten him. He did get the fastest lap though. That's good to see. +1 and +1. Yeah, back to the +1. +1s? Yeah, +1s. I'm back to +1 again, which is good as well. Career score. There we go. Listen to voicemail.
Hey, it's me. I just came from a meeting with the department heads. Your performance came up and they're very pleased so far. Well done. Don't let that level drop, okay?
Alright, so that's good to hear. They've asked us not to let it drop, but I'm going to try putting the difficulty up anyway for the next episode. After this performance at a track I'm not usually very strong at, I'm going to try it at, I think it's Hungary next? Yeah, Hungarian Grand Prix next. Still saving up for that engine upgrade. 900 resource points. We've got 700 now, which is good. But yeah, still want to try and save up for that engine upgrade. Get that next for, I think, Germany and Spa would be quite good at. So thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, give it a like, comment below, subscribe to the channel if you are new for more F1 2016 content, and I'll see you next time. Bye.